Okay, so today we are talking about how to calm nerves before competition. So if you're a parent, make sure you check out this episode with your player. And it's something that I know that I struggle with from time to time as well in my playing career. So this is some of the tips that I have that I kind of picked up either from pros, from coaches, from other fellow players that I was able to take to my game and allow me to calm and feel a little bit more comfortable and confident in games. So number one, feel nervous in games or anxious in games when you don't have thorough preparation. I'll give you a quick example. When I would ever feel nervous going into a test at school, it was mainly because I hadn't studied or hadn't done the work leading up to it. And it's sometimes really hard. I'm sure if you're a parent, you remember this, or even if you're a player and you're a student right now, I'm sure you struggle with if you try to cram everything the night before the test, you're just not going to feel prepared. You're just not going to, it's not sustainable. You have to do a little bit every single day when it comes to your study. And it's the same thing when we are getting ready to play in a match. We have to be able to make sure that we're putting in the work consistently. So if you're feeling nervous, number one, it may be you just have lack of preparation. So again, I've had numerous videos talking about what you can do to be able to improve your preparation, what areas that you need to be able to focus on. But again, first and foremost, go to your coach, ask them, what do you feel like is an area that I can work and I can improve it? So that could be the beginning part of it. Now I have some players who tell me, Taylor, that's not really what I struggle with. I feel like I prepare a lot. So then I try to help them to move on to their next phase of it, which is I want you to write down your goals for the game. So what would you want to achieve? When you have that, instead of just saying win the game, but when you have maybe your defender and you say, I want to prevent my forward that I'm marking from scoring, or maybe you're an outside back or a winger and you want to get off 3 or 4 crosses in the game, or you whatever your goal may be for that game. If you take your mind off, I want to play extremely well, to I want to focus on this task and playing to doing it to the best of my ability. Usually, you're able to fixate on something else. So I tell my players, write down your goals. The next thing I would say, and I love this, and there's so many people who are doing an awesome job teaching this now, it's being able to visualize. When I was able to start visualizing myself in games, so much more confidence going into the match. I could see what was going to happen before it was going to happen. It allowed me to see, man, yeah, these people who I'm going against are very good, but I'm just as good. I'm able to anticipate what their moves are going to be and able to stop them. And when I did that consistently, I was able to perform at my very best. I wasn't worried about being nervous or making a mistake because I saw myself already doing it. And even if I made a mistake, it's fine. I can move on to the next thing. Make sure that you have a routine before you go into your game. You look at pros from any sport, they have routines. They do things so that they can be able to control what they can control. I said this in my podcast last week, talking about how JJ Redick was able to really focus for him on the things that he can control. It's so easy to have all these different distractions come in and really bother you when you are an athlete. And it's the same thing when you're a youth athlete too. You may have your parents, you may have your coach, you may have, friendships, relationships that you're thinking about off the field. There could be schoolwork that's weighing out on you. There's so many different little things that are coming in on you and are trying to pull you away, or even just weigh on you to cause your nervousness and your excitement or your anxiety to be able to go up to another level. So what I would say to you is really, really, really be able to have a routine that gets you in the mindset of competing. And so that's what I would say on how to calm your nerves before competition. Thorough preparation, writing down your goals, visualizing, and then again, having a solid routine. I'm gonna give you guys 2 bonus ones real quick. So when you're during a game, it's so easy to have mental thoughts that are negative and that weigh you down. We all have that self-doubt sometimes. I know Carly Lloyd described it as a tape that plays that kind of, instead of giving your greatest hits, it kind of gives your worst hits. So anytime you make a mistake, it's easy to have that tape to start playing again. So if you're a player, instead of allowing that tape to be able to dominate your mind, make sure you're focusing on having positive self-talk. Have positive self-talk. You miss a pass. Okay, it's fine. Next one. If you miss a play, you miss a shot on goal. Oh, I'm gonna get another opportunity. I'm gonna bury it. It's about those stripping away those limiting beliefs and really understanding it's okay if I make a mistake. I'm going to move past it. And then finally, observe and then let it go. I love this. I've also heard this described as next play mentality. Whether you do something incredible, you may go ahead and make a game-saving slide on the goal and you kick the ball out before it goes into the open goal. You may end up scoring the unbelievable free kick. You may do something boneheaded. And it's so easy to dwell on either one of those extremes. The great players, the best players, stuff that allows yourself to calm down is they allow it to let it go. They observe it. Okay. All right. Mentally assess and check that, hey, that happened. And then they move past it. And that's what I would say if you have nerves in games, that's what you can be able to do. Make sure you have positive outlook on the situation. And then number two, make sure that you observe and then let it go. Choose to move past and move on to the next play. Okay, that's all I have for today. Let me know if you agree about these tips on how to calm yourself before competition. Love hearing from you guys. Talk again soon.